so the title of the message today is Let Them See Jesus in You. Let them see Jesus in you. Because your life may be the only glimpse of Jesus someone sees today. So your life may, I like that, may be the only glimpse of Jesus someone sees today. When I wrote that down, I was like, oh, my goodness. I gotta watch the way I speak. When not my wife, she never irritates me, but whenever I look at her, I gotta look at her, I love you, I get so much patience. But now my question, I'll just start off with, what if God sent you in a mission today? Not to stand behind this pulpit, not to speak a sermon, not to win an argument, but simply what God wants you to do is encounter every person that you come encounter with the love of Christ towards them. So what if the kind of word you speak, the way you show them patience, the way that you forgive, the way what if what you do, all of that there, what I just said, is a reminder somebody was waiting for today? What if that's a reminder that the way you act towards them, they're like, oh gosh, now I know that God sees me. Oh my gosh, now I'm reminded that God cares for me. Oh my gosh, I'm reminded that God hasn't forgotten about me. See, believing as a Christian, and all you guys are, because we all are believers, we're Christian walking in our faith. It is so much greater when we get out these doors and we come encounter with someone, a stranger that we don't know, somebody that we talk to, because our worship doesn't end here. It continues when we go out in the highways, in the byways. Our worship continues, and it's revealed in the way that we speak to people. Our worship continues as how we forgive people. Our worship continues how we serve people, and especially how we treat our family. And especially for those especially the days when we get irritated, which we do, we're human, we will get irritated. See, and how we treat strangers, how we treat everyone, because Christianity isn't only something that we believe, it's something that people should see. Okay? So here's the question I want us to carry. When people look at my life, when they look at your life, can they see Jesus? Can they see Jesus? So I'm going to hop to point number 1, is let Christ live through you. In Galatians 2:20, it says, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. See, Paul wrote Galatians because they're being pressured to return back to their religious rule by keeping as a basic, they got to keep doing this plus, they got to keep doing this plus. But Paul reminds them of the truth. We are made right through God because we're not good enough. We are saved because we aren't saved because we follow enough rules. We're saved through faith in Jesus Christ. And then we surrender our lives to Jesus, something begins to happen. And our lives no longer is centered around ourselves, but Christ begins living through us. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to become perfection overnight. Like what I was saying in the beginning, there's a storm of perfection that God will put us through, and there will be a storm of correction when we are going away from what we are called. So what happens when we get changed? Our heart starts to change. Our attitude starts to change when we let God live through us. Our word starts to change. How many of you, the way that you speak has changed a lot since you've been saved. For me, plenty. The way I act, my patience, my priorities. How many of your priorities changed when you started to follow Jesus and your priorities? Yeah, mine too. And how about how you treat people? Yeah, that has changed a lot. And little by little, people will see the character of Jesus flowing out of you. People will see the way that you speak. People will see the way that you respond to when someone hurts you. And the way that you treat them in return. And in the way that you forgive instead of holding bitterness. Now think about the people that you encounter every day. We encounter a lot of people. Whenever we go shopping at the cashier, we encounter the coworker at work that we hang out with that doesn't talk that much. The neighbor that you barely know. Even that person who sometimes do things, especially when you're driving, Auntie Sally, and they cut you off. See, the people that you encounter, you don't know what they're carrying. We don't. Behind someone's smile could be pain that they're dealing with, tremendous pain. Behind someone's silence could be they're dealing with loneliness. Behind someone's frustration could be problems at home. Behind someone's anger could be a broken heart that they're dealing with. You may not know, but God knows what's going on. And maybe God allowed you to cross their path because He wants that person to experience God's love through you. And sometimes our greatest ministry, that's what I learned, our greatest ministry opportunity is not standing in front of this pulpit. Sometimes it's standing right in front of us when God allows you just to cross that person's path. I remember when we were in Sweden, we're just talking story and talking English, we're laughing, blah, blah, blah. And then people came up to me, "Are you from America?" I said, "Yes, we are." And we started chatting, and it was a great conversation. Then we found out they knew someone from here, Nelson's and Landon's coach. And we took their pictures, and then we sent them to here. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, how did you meet them? You're over many miles away, halfway around the world, and you find someone that I know." And see, the way that you talk, the way that you act, you will attract people. And I remember when we were they would hear us, they go, "Where are you from?" And I told them, "We're from Hawaii." They go, "Oh my gosh, from Hawaii, we want to go there." "No, we want to come here. This place is beautiful." It's like, "No, let's trade." They go, "No, you love this place, is so good." And they said, "You wouldn't want to live here." I was like, "Why?" Because 11 months throughout there's only 2 months out of the whole year that we get sun. Majority it's cold, it's overcast, it's raining. And I'm like, "Oh, but I would still love it here. It's beautiful. You guys are beautiful. The food is good and everything." It's like, thank you. We really needed to hear that. See, so point number 2 is let your life tell the story of Jesus. Let your life tell the story of Jesus. And on 2 Corinthians 3:2, it says, this is one of my favorite scriptures. "You are our letter written on our hearts, known and read by all men." Ooh, I like that. That's a beautiful picture that Paul gives. 2 Corinthians. He says, we are living letters of what people see. And some people may never ever open a Bible. Some may never walk to church, come to church. There is, I got friends. Some may never listen to a sermon. But they'll read your life. They will. They're watching how you respond when you're under pressure. They're watching what happens when life doesn't go your way. And there's many times when our life doesn't go our way. They're watching whether we forgive when we've been wronged. They're watching whether our faith still works when we are disappointed. They're watching when we feel overlooked. They're watching when we're hurting. See, your life doesn't replace the gospel. The gospel is ultimately Jesus Christ, His death, His burial, His resurrection, and His saving grace. But our lives can either make the gospel easier or harder for people to see. That's why you are the letter, the written letter that people see out there when you're at work, when you are shopping, when you reach the line at Costco and it's long, and then somebody wants to get something and you gotta wait because they only grab one bread, they're supposed to grab two bread. You say waiting, like he told you supposed to grab two bread, and you gotta wait, and somebody gotta run in the back, and this takes forever. So, church worship, just to remind you, is not only on Sundays, it's every single day, because it'll help you with the way you talk. It will help you with your conversations. It will help you when you make decisions during the week. And it will prepare your heart to deal with your family when you have a long week of work and it's your Friday and they like do something, but you like stay home and rest. It's like, no, I like stay home, but if you worship, it'll make you like, oh. Then Sunday, as we gather again and worship together, your heart throughout the week will agree to what you're singing today. I hope that makes sense. We worship during the week. We prepare our heart for what we do in worship on Sunday. So here's my challenge question for you guys this morning. If someone knew nothing about Jesus except what they saw in your life, what would they believe Jesus is like? Oh, would they see compassion? Would they see patience? Would they see forgiveness? Would they see humility? Would they see hope? Would they see love? See, our lives are telling a story to others who are watching you, and believe me, there are people watching you. And when we speak, the way we act, let it all point back to Jesus. So yesterday we were at the football game, and it's hot in Hanapepe. It's hot. What is that side? It's just hot. And had this big family next to us sitting. And all they had is one small umbrella, so only the dad and mom barely was under shade. And we stayed there the whole game, almost the whole game, because we wanted to leave in the third quarter. I go, once we know Kapaa winning, we just go already, because they always win. So already it was 21-0. It's third quarter. They go win already, boys. Let's go. I know you guys like go fishing, go camping, we go, because we got to drive back all the way side. So I was just folding up the umbrella, big beach umbrella we had. I felt in my heart, like, give them your umbrella. I was like, but this is one good umbrella. Give them your umbrella. I turned to them, I go, you guys like our umbrella? Why, you don't need them? No, I don't need them. Here you go, you can have them. They were so happy, thank you. By the way, Andrew, I said, who's that? Everyone's like, who's this? You kids play in the football team. I go, no. We just like watching your friends over here. So I didn't know that person knew me. I'm like, oh my gosh, they knew me. Oh thank goodness I wasn't saying the good, you're number one, and good job ref, good job to you. Because you know how they frustrated you get when they do bad calls. Because honestly, I don't know why they call so much on Kapaa. Every single Kapaa, Kapaa. I was like, oh my God, all the time. Kapaa, I was like, just keep your flag in your pocket. No need always, come on, let these kids play. Yeah, so I just was watching and smiling, and it's like, oh, I never know, you kids play, Andrew. I keep looking at you. Oh, here we go, Jesus. This is an odd moment, Jesus. You've been doing to me this whole month. So again, point number 3 is let His light shine through you, because you may never know who's sitting next to you. If they're hearing what you're saying, the way you react. Mom wanted the shade, is like, let me move more to the right, then you can go under the shade. So he gave her shade, and Matthew 5:14 says, you are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill that cannot be hidden. I like that verse. And that's That's where we was the past few months. Matthew 5. That's the Beatitudes. That's almost at the end. Notice what Jesus didn't say. He didn't say, try really hard to become a light. You know, say that. He said, you are the light. You already get the light. So whatever the enemy say, no, you're not, you cannot do it. No, you're ready. It's already instilled in you. You are the light. And I like what it continues in Matthew 5:16. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. And notice where the glory goes. Not to us, but goes to God. We don't serve people, we say, wow, look how spiritual they are. We don't help people so everybody will recognize us. We serve people so that people will recognize Jesus. Jesus. The spotlight was never meant for us. The spotlight belongs to Jesus. Yeah. Good works don't save us. We are saved by His grace through faith in Jesus Christ. I like that. By doing good works become proof that Jesus has changed our hearts. I like that one too. And shining your light doesn't always mean doing something spectacular. Sometimes your light shines when you check on somebody, you give them a call, hey, how you doing? Sometimes I get that driving to work, I gotta call this person. So I call them, like, oh my gosh, thank you for calling. Praying for somebody who's overwhelmed. Showing patience to somebody that gets you all irritated. Help somebody without expecting anything in return. And I like Pastor Jesse, he exemplifies that all the time. So if you guys need help, just ask for him. Come clean your yard, cut your trees. You're not going to ask for nothing. Just not let him wash your car. Let's see if he's good in the yard. Sometimes the brightest light is someone who faithfully follows Jesus wherever God has placed them. And the last point is point number 4. Remember who you represent. 2 Corinthians 5:20, it says, now then, this is my other favorite one. We are ambassadors for Christ, as though God were pleading through us. See, an ambassador represents someone else. Doesn't really represent you. They carry the authority, they carry the character, and the message of the person that who has sent them. And all of us are ambassadors of Christ. That means you represent Jesus at your home. You represent Jesus at your work. And you represent Jesus, high schoolers, at your school. You represent Jesus even when the waitress never give you your food when he was waiting over an hour and the tables next to you get served. How many of you have experienced that before? Yeah. They come and sit down after you ordered your food, and they get your food ready. And somebody else get your food, and you're like, huh? How about us? You represent Jesus even when you're hungry and you're waiting for your food. You represent Jesus in your social media. Even when you're driving. Oh, I had to put that in. That's for me. I'm teaching Nelson how to drive. Oh, it's scary. It's scary. Oh my goodness. He thinks he's riding on a dirt bike. He can stop just 3 feet away. And he think he can press the gas fast and cut off the car. Like, stop it. He's thinking he got to ride in the side on the white line. It's like, you don't need, you're not riding on an e-bike. You drive on one car. You've been on the road. So he's almost like, get off the bike. And we represent Jesus wherever we go. But being an ambassador doesn't mean every conversation needs to be a sermon. Let me be a sermon. Sometimes representing Jesus is just by listening. Just listen. Let them speak. Let them take out whatever that they're dealing with. Sometimes it's just showing them compassion. Staying there, being there for them. And sometimes it means just saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry. And sometimes it means this, you want me to pray for you? I can pray for you right now. And sometimes it's just forgiving, real simple stuff. And also treating people with dignity when everybody else ignores them. We get that coworker, you know. And we're working at the hotel, we get that one like, oh, person's so lazy. And really, you better watch out when you work by them. They're gonna tell that you had used the soap that's supposed to go in the room. You're supposed to not use that. Or a good towel for wipe your sweat. It's like, I'm sweating, bro. I wipe this thing so I look good when I meet people. Watch out, don't use that stuff. Sometimes you just show them respect. And other people that ignore them. See, when people encounter you, they should encounter grace. They should encounter compassion. They should encounter humility. And most of all, they should encounter His love. His love. Because that's what we see in Jesus, and that's how we should represent Jesus. I remember many, many moons ago, when Nelson was just like Chrissy's son, and he was sleeping, he was in the car, and we went to Costco and we had to go shopping. But for making him sleep was like the best thing ever, because he was a crybaby, just cry. So I told him, if you go in, you go shop, I'll wait in the car. So as soon as we parked, I see this couple just walk up to their car. It was on rental. I knew they're from the mainland, and they're at the back of their car for a while, fiddling through stuff, and I saw them kind of arguing back and forth and looking in their pockets, looking in their bag. And then about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, Christine come out, we started loading the car. I was like, I don't know, but I feel like I need to help this couple. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta go help them. So I walk towards them, I go, excuse me, you need help opening up your car? It's like, yeah, we just picked up this rental and it's not unlocking. I'm like, really? Oh, can I see your keys? I can help you. Maybe the battery thing, I can take out the fob and unlock them. So he take out his keys, he gave it to me, I started pressing them. Oh yeah, I think this is broken. So I look at the key, that was a Nissan Altima, then I see that it has a Buick symbol on it. It's a completely different car. I go, excuse me, sir, I think they gave you the wrong key, but I don't know how you drive here with the wrong key. I say, oh my gosh, honey. I go, what? That's my car keys for home. So he dig in his other keys pocket. There it is, his fob for the Nissan. And then it opened. And they go, we're out here just arguing. The funny thing, after that, when it was done, I was like, that's okay, that's why I was here. I help you guys, now you guys can go on your way. That Sunday, he comes walking up to church over here. And are you the guy that was trying to open your car keys in the Buick? He's like, that is you! I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. I remember you guys. And they go, oh man, we were arguing. You saw us arguing. Yeah, I saw you guys arguing. That's why I wanted to help you guys. And so point number 5 is carry His light in dark places. Because sometimes, man, they were going at it. They were old. Like, not old, probably my age now, just a little bit older. But they were old. So John 12:46 is, I have come as a light into the world, that whoever believes in me should not abide in darkness. See, Jesus is the true light. We don't create the light, we carry His light. We carry the light. We don't save people. Jesus saves people. He saves them. But we can live in such a way that people begin looking toward the one who changed us, who is Jesus. Because we live in a world, honestly, in a world filled with darkness. We were talking about end times with Pastor Jesse outside in the gym. This world is, you can see many signs where there's division, there's anger, there's fear, there's loneliness, there's brokenness, there's hopelessness. And the answer isn't that we become louder than everyone else, like, you gotta be saved. The answer is for you and I to become more like Jesus. We shine when we choose grace over bitterness. We shine when we choose prayer over gossip. We shine when we choose mercy over judgment. We shine when we choose forgiveness or revenge. We shine when we choose love over convenience. We shine when people look at our lives and realize, oh, that bugger has changed. He's a changed person. And then eventually we get the opportunity to tell them about Jesus. Now here's my challenge for us this week. Before you leave, ask Him to make you a blessing. Instead of waking up tomorrow and only praying, God, help me, help me, help me, help me today. Try praying, Father, who needs encouragement? Who can I encourage this morning? Who needs someone? Who can you cross my path to so I can listen to them? Who needs prayer, Jesus? Who needs hope, Lord? Who can I give hope to this morning? Who needs to see Jesus through my life today? Because someone, honestly, around you may be carrying a burden no one knows about. No one else knows about. Somebody, they look perfectly fine on the outside, while falling apart on the inside. I've been there. We all been there. We throw on front, everything looking good, but the inside we still fighting. Your smile matters when that person is breaking on the inside. Your kindness matters when words were spoken to them that were just tearing them down. Others or someone was telling them that they're not good enough, but when you see them, so good to see you. You look good. How you been? And I see you so long. Oh my gosh, you look good, man. It's so good to see you. Your generosity may matter. Your prayer may matter. Don't underestimate what God can do through one simple act of obedience. So my challenge, we can get them on here in the PowerPoint, don't ask God to bless you. Ask God this week to use you. To use you. To use you. So when we leave here today and go out that doors, when you go your separate ways, carry Jesus into your homes. Carry Jesus into your workplace. Carry Jesus into Kapa School, Kilauea School, wherever schools you go. Carry Jesus into your community. And wherever God sends you, let's live with one simple prayer. One simple prayer. Jesus, let them see you in me. Let them see Jesus in my works. Let them see Jesus in my patience. Let them see Jesus in my forgiveness. Let them see Jesus in my generosity. Let them see Jesus in the way I treat people. Let them see Jesus in the way I respond when life gets difficult. Because when somebody encounters with you today may become the reminder that they were desperately needed to hear. They needed to see. That they realize that they're being seen. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been praying, Lord, thank you. They're reminded that they're loved by God. They're reminded that God hasn't forgotten about them. Because whenever you are in a hard place, you feel like everybody forgotten about you, especially Jesus. But He hasn't. That's why sometimes you're in the storm of correction, and sometimes you're in the storm of perfection. And right now, what you need to do, if God has called you, be that person that someone wants, be that light that God wants you to, be that love letter that's out there that they can see the love of Christ, be that ambassador for Jesus, that you give Him glory. Everything that you do will give Him glory. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Let's all stand as we close.